Alright guys, so here we are for the second episode, like I'm on TV or something. Anyway, second video in the series where we're making an altered journal out of a book. If you haven't seen the first video, just check that out on my YouTube there. And I am a little bit tired, so I will warn you guys I might be somewhere else. But I'm already somewhere else. I already lost track. Anyway, so we're going to start ripping out the pages. And for this, all you'll need is your book, obviously. So here we have our book. Alright, sorry. So, open up our book and try to get this on here. I'm at this new angle and I want to make sure you guys can see this. And we might be a little focused. And if you look at your book, there's the book cover, and then there's the signatures, which are all these little pages, and then they're attached to a little piece that's not attached to this, okay, if that makes sense. And we want to try to preserve that right there for when we sew in our signatures that we're going to make ourselves, okay? And to do that, we need to preserve this piece of paper that's already glued to the board, okay? Book, board, whatever. Alright, so let me show you. And this is one I've already ripped apart. Ooh, it's kind of white, so it might be. But you can see this is the middle part. It's got all these strings on it. And you can see here where you can stick your finger in there, and there's the piece. And then there's the spine of the book, okay? So this is what you should pretty much end up with. And you can see that this is connected to these end papers, basically, that are glued to the book board, alright? And this will be cleaned up later, but I just wanted you guys to see how that looks. And then here's another one out of a dictionary, much bigger book there, okay? So that's kind of what we want to end up with. So to do that, what I normally do is I rip out this first page. Actually, it looks like we'll probably have to. I'm just checking my angle there, you guys. Make sure you guys can see this and there's not too much light. You don't have to keep this piece, but you just want to make sure you keep that piece intact as possible. And it looks like that next page is going to come with it. So just rip that out. Okay? And then you can see that there. We can clean that up later, no big deal. And what you want to try to do, and I've been looking at this book might be kind of hard for me to do it on. You want to rip out a signature at a time. Alright, so I might have to, usually you can tell where the signatures are. This book is not as old, I think, as the other ones that I was using. Okay, but there, it looks like that. Okay, so you guys can see there is one signature. You can tell because you can see the folds there. They're all together. Okay, so that's what we want to rip out. Some books, this book obviously wasn't that easy for me to tell. Other ones would be easier. Alright, so there we've got one signature torn out. Alright, so we'll just go. Actually, you know what? I don't even know this one is glued in with signatures. Nope, this book is actually, so I take that back, you guys. I'm sorry, this book is is actually glued together page by page. So this is the first one I've torn apart that's like that. So if you can see, that's each page has been glued to the spine piece. So these actually should be these are actually super easy to tear out. Let me see if I can find one for you guys that, of course I say super easy and I can't even get it out. See if I can find one that's got signatures so you see what I'm talking about. Got a bunch of little books over here. Okay, I think this one has got signatures. Okay, so here we've got this little book. Alright, and you can see here's our paper, our end papers, and it looks, actually I already tore this one out, so you can see that that's a signature. You can see where it's folded, whereas that one was glued and I just obviously wasn't paying attention. Alright, but let me see if I can get this in here. Might get a little blurry, I'm sorry. Alright, so you can see, just kind of going through, and you can kind of pulling apart there. You can see where the signature is. I think that big O. Now, if you can see that, you probably can't because it's pretty blurry. But there's your signature right there, and there's the last page. And then it is glued just about 1/8 of an inch to the next signature, okay? So we're just going to pull that out right there. Alright, so just stick that down there and give it a tug. You want to try to keep those, pull it right apart from the strings, alright? And then that's not the book we're working on, so I don't really want to rip that one apart yet. But hopefully that helps you guys. This is just probably going to be a really quick video. I need to go ahead and pull out the rest of my pages, and then after that what you need to do is, once all of them are pulled out, you want to measure your book, and you want to measure on the inside, and you want to measure from right here, from where this paper is, and it'll be easier once all your pages are out and you can lay it flat, to where this spine starts. So mine looks like it is right on 6, okay? And then you want to measure here, just from where that bottom paper is to the top, and mine's 9 1/4. Alright, so my book is 6 by 9 1/4. So you'll measure that, and then I just write mine right in the book so I don't forget. And this is our guide to use to cut our papers. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rip out the rest of my pages and see you back here, and we'll start cutting some paper. Alright guys?